So, so 4 days ago, I sold an iPad on something called Blocket here in Sweden, where it's very similar to Facebook Marketplace. It's very similar to like Craigslist, I'm guessing, in the US. It's a marketplace where you can sell used stuff. And I've had an iPad mini for over 4 years, and it's already from the beginning. The iPad mini that I had was a little bit slower than I would have appreciated. So for like the past 1.5, 2 years, I wasn't using it. So I decided to put it on Blocket, Craigslist, whatever. And I put a price, and every time I put something up there, I'm almost expecting that people will try to bargain with me, get a cheaper price. Of course, it's a used item. I know that a lot of people get really frustrated whenever people try to bargain with their stuff like that, but I expect it. And of course, there was this dude who was like, yeah, I want to have it. And I had offers before him that were actually better, but I have said no. So after like 2 weeks, I decided let's just get it sold. I don't even care how much I'm getting for it. So we agree on a price, 3,200 Swedish crowns, which is around $300 US. And that was okay in my mind. However, the guy was like, I can come and get it today. And I was like, okay, cool. But he lives in another city in Sweden called Göteborg. And Göteborg is 3 hours from here. So I was like, okay, that's a little bit strange, because I could send it to him in a very effective manner and he would have it by like Monday, Tuesday. But he was like, no, I'm going to send my brother. He doesn't have anything to do, so he will come and get it. And I was like, sure, cool. And when he comes, for the first thing, he comes like at almost 10 in the evening. And I wasn't too keen on that, but okay, I was like, let's just get it done and get it sold. So whenever he came, he was like, I don't know. Whenever he came, he was like, yeah, okay, it's for my brother, it isn't for me. And I was like, cool, dude, sure. He had like a flashlight, he used his phone as a flashlight to see that everything looked fine. And he talked to his brother in Arabic throughout the time, and I was like, sure. However, it took like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, they were talking about it, and I was like, okay, dudes, what are we doing here? Do you want it or not? And then the guy on the phone who was the purchaser, like the guy who wanted the iPad, he said like, where's the charger? I was like, it's not included, especially when he got the price he was, because he really bargained a lot. So I was like, charger is not included. And he started bitching about it. And I was like, nope, if you want it, you want it. If you don't want it. And then all of a sudden he says, well, I want it cheaper. And I was like, nope. So I started to go from there. And all of a sudden he was like, no, let's do the business. Okay. And when he wanted to pay me, he used like a electronic way to pay. Here in Sweden, it's called Swish. I'm guessing it's something like Waymo or Wemo in America. Where it's like you just send money through a message. Didn't work, of course. And I was like, okay. We waited for a couple of minutes, didn't work, and I was like, okay, no problem for me. I just keep the iPad. All of a sudden it works. And I was getting frustrated because we were outside at 10:30 in the evening, and I just wanted to go into my family. It was a Friday evening. Okay, so the guy takes the iPad. Cool. He asked me if I could send him the receipt. I was like, yeah, sure, cool. I'll send it to you on Monday. Of course, the day after, I get a message from him. Oh, where's the receipt? I'm like, well, on Monday you'll get it. Ah, yeah, cool. The guy on Sunday, he sends one more well, will you send me the receipt? I was like, tomorrow. And I was getting more and more frustrated with him. So Monday morning, he sends one more. And now I'm getting really pissed. But of course, it's Monday, so I go in, I search my emails, I find the receipt, I send it to him. Everything good. And all of a sudden, he sends me like this really long text. I'm not happy with it. You've tricked me. It's not the one that you wanted, that you said it was. It's not the iPad that you said. It's the wrong Apple Pencil. And in fact, he was right about one thing. I had written that it was an Apple Pencil Pro, which it was not, but they're so similar in how they look. It was actually an Apple Pencil 2. And I said, I'm sorry, dude. Honest mistake. You know what? If you want to, or what you want to do. And he was like, I don't know. And he wanted to have more, like me to send him back the money. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Afterwards, he sends me like this really, really long message. And this is like the third or the fourth message that he was sending me in that like 2 or 3 hours. And I was getting frustrated because I wrote to him, yo, I don't have time to write a book to you. So I'm like, fuck this. I'm gonna go and call him. He doesn't answer, of course, but I'm getting frustrated. And this dude was like a hood rat. And I grew up in the hood here in Sweden. And I really understood the type of person this was. I almost felt that he was trying to trick me or something to send him money. I called him and I was really angry. And I told him, look, if you want to send it back, send it back. I'll send you the money once it's here. He was like, no, I just want you to return me a part of the sum. That's not going to happen. Or if you want to sell it to another person, you could probably make $1 or $2 on it. And he was like, no, I just want you to send money. And he again brought up that there wasn't a charger for it, which frustrated me even more because I said from the beginning, there isn't a charger. Again, he brought up that, it's the wrong Apple Pencil, and was like, we have already discussed this. I said, I apologize that it was the wrong one. And he had the option to send it back, and I would pay him gladly the money. And I told him, you have 2 options. Option number 1, send it back. I'll give you the money once it's here. Option number 2, you keep it. Whatever you do with it, it's your problem. You can sell it if you don't want to have it. But I told him also, I don't want to have any more messages from you. If you want anything, call me. Cool. I'm very frustrated at this time. 30 minutes later, I get another message, this long. How I fooled him, I've tricked him, and this time I'm getting really mad at him. So I'm like, I just bring up the phone and I called in, and I said, look, dude, what are you talking about? We have already discussed this. I told you I don't want another message from you. And he was like, yeah, but there's a scratch on it. And I was like, scratch? What are you talking about? Yeah, there's a scratch on it. So I want you to pay me to replace the screen. I was like, okay, dude, I don't know what you're smoking or what's up with you. But when I gave it to your brother, he looked at it for 30 minutes and there were no scratch in it. And I told him, you know what? Send me a picture of the scratch. So, of course, he sends me a picture of an iPad. I'm not sure it's the same one. And there's quite a big scratch. And I was like, look, dude, here's a photo of when your brother got it from when I posted it on, like, Blocket. There was no scratch. You won't get your money back. So if you call me one more time, we will have a problem. After that, he actually said that, okay, I'm sorry, it's probably my brother's fault. I'm sorry, I don't know whose fault it was, but it didn't have a scratch when I gave him to him. I put down the phone. I was furious. However, he hasn't called me like in 2 or 3 days now. So he really understood that if he was gonna mess a little bit more, I was so angry with him. And that's the story. I mean, this isn't like anything that's maybe strange, but I wanted to like just bring attention to this because some people really, I think this type of person is one who, if you give him the finger, he will take the whole hand. And I told him, I mean, the iPad is 4 years old. Of course, it won't be in perfect condition. And he knew what he bought, and his brother really checked it out. And they were all the time on the phone. And I actually think that they had some kind of scheme going on, where they would buy stuff from people and then afterwards say that it was defected in some way, and then try to press them on money. But I was so mad, and I really turned on my hood, like Albanian hood persona, because I was so angry when I talked to him. And I think with some people, you truly can't give them the kindness of your heart, which I truly try to do with most, like 99.999% of people. But then you have these types of people that try to fool you, try to make demands. And I also asked him, what are you doing? Don't you have better things to do than send like these text messages to me that are like a page, every one of them? And yeah, I'm sorry, now I'm only rambling. I've probably been rambling for a while now. This is not probably going to be the best video you've ever seen, but it is a story of how sometimes these types of sales make you just don't even take the money or not sell things at all. And with that said, I do sell like old stuff quite often, and it's not that often that I have people to do with people like this, which is good. But once it happens, it really frustrates you. So yeah, I just wanted to share my honest thoughts about sometimes selling stuff on the internet. Rambling over. Bye-bye.